Yeah, hi students. Yeah, good evening to all. Yeah, good evening, Arfan, Anna, and Joseph. So my name is Prakash. So I'm the math tutor for this webinar. Okay. So I hope you guys know that. I mean, the today's topic, which is we'll discuss about the linear equations. You might know the linear equations, but today we are going to discuss the linear equations with two variables. Okay. So let's wait for another 30 seconds or so and see if anybody joins. Okay. So you can mute your mic as you did now, and please, I mean, whenever you have any questions, please unmute and ask me. Okay. So else you can chat with me as well. Yeah. Just 30 seconds, guys. Yeah. Yeah, let's start then. Okay, let me share the screen. Just a moment. Yeah. I hope you guys are able to see the screen. So this is what we're going to discuss. The linear equations with two variables, okay? So what do you mean by two variables? First up, we'll discuss, okay, what is linear equation and all, maybe the basics of it. Okay, so what do you mean by variable, guys? Variables. Variables means the alphabets, isn't it? So such as any alphabets, you can take X, Y, generally we used to take, you can take A, B, or C, D if you want, like K, N. So any alphabets we can take, okay? So or Z, W, so any. So all the variables or all the alphabets are called as variables. So which means in an equation, we will get two variables, which is two alphabets in the equation. So before that, what do you mean by a linear equation? I hope you guys know that the linear equation, I think you might know the types of polynomials, where linear polynomial is one of the type, which means what? The degree of the polynomial is 1. So for example, it looks like this: ax plus by plus c equals to 0. You can write this way, or else in most of the countries we use ax plus by equals to c. What does that mean? Where a, b, and c are the constants. Okay, what do you mean by constants? Constants are the numbers. Okay, so constant, even 0 is a constant, isn't it? But it has to be a non-zero constants. What do you mean by that? Except 0, it can be any other value. It can be a negative or a positive. C can be 0, but not A and B. Because if you multiply, if A is 0, then 0 times X becomes a 0. Then we won't get two equations, right? I mean, two variables, right? So, I mean, which might not be a linear equation in that sense. I hope you guys understand what is linear equations. Generally in the form of ax plus by equals to c. if you guys using ax plus by plus c equals to 0, I mean some countries use this, okay, but both are same, okay. And x is the input, I hope you guys know that, y is the output, okay. And then you might I mean in a linear equation we do have another form which is nothing but a slope intercept form, which is mx plus c or b, okay. In some countries we use c's, in some countries we use b. So where m is the slope or a gradient and x and y are the input and outputs, where c is the y-intercept, guys. So these are the basic, okay. So how the linear equation looks like? The linear equation, in a sense, it's a straight line, okay. You might know, I mean, the types of polynomials, isn't it? So the linear equation which has the degree as 1, so it is a straight line. You know that quadratic looks like the parabola and the cubic looks like the cubic equation, but linear equation is a completely a straight line. Okay, let's go to the, okay, one more student joined. Yeah. Let me tell you, linear equation. Okay, the standard form, that's what I was explaining so far. The standard form is, so ax plus by equals to c. Slope-intercept form. This is nothing but a slope-intercept form. I hope you can see the screen. I hope everyone can see the screen, which is y equals to mx plus. I think let's take it as a C, but please let me know if you guys are using B. I mean, some countries use B. Okay. And where m is a slope, as I said, or some countries we used to call it as a gradient, which is same as slope. The name is different. That's a gradient. ENT. Yeah. And this C or B is a y-intercept, guys. And you guys know what is x and y, which is input and an output. Okay, why all this? Because it is a straight line. So what do you mean by a straight line? It's a straight line, that, I mean, without any curve or any bends and all. Okay, so the way like the one I have drawn. So this is a straight line. It can be like increasing. Some some straight line looks like this. So which might have a negative slope. Looks like it is decreasing, and it might be sometimes a horizontal one or maybe a vertical one. So all are straight line. Okay. So I mean the equation of the straight line, you can say ax plus by equals to c. The other form, the slope-intercept form, would be y equals to mx plus c, guys. So these are the basics. So let me share the PPT and have a look at the definitions once. Yeah, have a look at this. So linear equation is an equation for a straight line. What is the standard form? That's what I have explained. Ax plus by equals to c, and you guys know that a, b, or a, b, c are the constants. Especially a, b must be non-zero numbers. Okay, and x, y are the variables, which is input and output respectively. Sometimes, okay, this is a very important one. I don't think it comes in a 9th class, but going forward. In a sense, in the coming classes, higher classes, we might use f of x as well instead of y. So both y and f of x are same, which is output. Okay, y can also be represent or written as f of x. Okay, which is function of s. F of x, in a sense, the function in terms of x. What do you mean by that? If you look at this equation, these are the examples of linear equations where you can see the two variables, one is x and one is y. So for example, another way you can write it as y equals to minus 2x plus 3. So which is same as f of x equals to minus 2x plus 3. You can just replace y as f of x. Okay, so which is same, okay, so which is output, okay. So y, and how do we read this? What does that mean? X, I mean the function of x, the function in terms of x is nothing but f of x, the function in terms of x, where x is the input. I hope you guys are able to follow me so far, okay. So let's go to the next one. This is a slope-intercept form. Oh yeah, the slope-intercept form, this is what I've already explained in the whiteboard, isn't it? So which is, I mean, we can convert the standard form to a slope-intercept form so that we can find the slope easily, rather y-intercept easily. Sometimes we can easily graph using the slope-intercept form. I will tell you on how this slope-intercept works easily. Okay, and please remember the slope is also called as gradient. Okay, and that's it. B is a y-intercept. See, I used it by mistake B here. I mean, it's not a mistake though. Some countries use B, some countries use C. Okay, so it depends on I mean the origin. So you can use whichever. I mean, both are same. B and C are the y-intercept. Okay, I hope you're able to follow me, you guys, and let's go to the next one. Yeah, let's go and try some questions, guys. Please let me know if anybody has any questions so far. Okay, the basic questions, you might know that what is the standard form of uh, linear equation. So those kind of one more questions you might get. So I think I already answered all those things. So now let's go to the convert. I mean, convert linear equation. For example, 2x plus y equals to 7. Please convert this equation into slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. How do you guys convert? I think maybe all of them have some ideas how to convert it. Let me explain the first one though. The 2x plus y equals to 7. What is slope-intercept form in a sense, which is y equals to mx plus c. Am I correct? So just try to convert the given equation into this form. How do you do that? You just need to isolate y. Isolate y. Okay, Joseph answered. Yeah, exactly. Isolate y in a sense, keep y one side and move the remaining terms to the other side. So which means we are moving this 2x to the other side, we'll get negative 2x plus a 7. So just compare this equation. I mean, this is a slope-intercept form. That's it, okay? Y equals to minus 2x plus 7. That is a slope-intercept form. Why? Because this is in the form of y equals to mx plus c. And where you might guys know, I mean, you guys know that here the slope is, what is slope here and what is y-intercept? The slope or a gradient is -2 and the y-intercept would be a 7. So please let me know guys if you have any questions on this. So how do you convert? Just isolate. What do you mean by isolate? So keep y one side and move the other terms to the right side of an equation. Okay, so let's try one more. So please convert, let's see, 8x minus 2y equals to, can we say, let's take a 22. Yeah. So please convert this into your, what do you call it? The slope-intercept form. So how do you do that? First, you move 8 to the other side, which is minus 2y equals to minus 8x plus 22. I hope everyone are able to follow me. And then we need to find the value of y, rather equation of y, divide both the sides by -2, isn't it? Like this. So what is minus 8 by minus 2 and 22 by minus 2? What is that? So y equals to minus 8 by minus 2 becomes 4. So 4x minus 11. I hope everyone understands. So where this is the slope intercept form, okay? So if they asked you to convert the standard form into a slope intercept form, you just need to do this. Just isolate y, and then they might ask you what is the slope and y intercept, and you can easily see now. Just have a look at this. What is that? The slope would be, slope is represented in the form of m, so slope is 4, rather gradient is 4, and c, which is nothing but a y-intercept, is minus 11. Yeah, that's it. This is how we used to convert the basic, the standard form into slope-intercept form. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Anybody has any questions? Arfan, Joseph?
It's clear.
Clear, good. So Anna, what about you? Ghosh, do you understand? Yeah. Please feel free to ask me if you have any questions, guys. Okay, great. Then the next thing is, directly they might ask you, okay, what is slope, rather gradient, and y-intercept? Y-intercept of, let's say the equation is minus 4x minus 3y, rather plus 3y, equals to 9. What is the slope and y-intercept of the given equation? So how do you do that? You might know directly finding, but I suggest you to convert this into a slope-intercept form, which is 3y. The minus 4x, if that goes to the other side, it becomes a positive 4x, and then we have a plus 9, and then we have a 3y here. So that if you move to the other side, it goes to the denominator, which means what? It divides for both, right? So 4 by 3x plus 9 by 3. I hope you guys understand this. And then we'll ended up getting 4 over 3x plus 9 by 3 is 3. And you can see that this is in the form of mx plus c. And what is the slope? You guys know that, which is, the slope can be, what? A fraction, negative fraction, positive fraction, negative number, positive number. It can be anything, okay, isn't it? So the slope is 4 over 3, and what is y-intercept? Which is 3. I hope this one helps. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Okay. So that's it of converting a standard form to a slope-intercept form and finding the slope and y-intercept. Now, the next important thing, we are going to find x-intercepts and y-intercept. How to find, what do you mean by x-intercept, y-intercept? Okay. So generally these x-intercept, which crosses the x-axis, y-intercept crosses the y-axis. What do you mean by that? Let me explain a little briefly. You can say, I hope this is a graph. Let's assume this is a graph. Everyone knows the horizontal one is an x-axis, the vertical one was the y-axis, isn't it? And just randomly draw a line. Okay, let me draw a straight line here like this. Okay, see the line which crosses the y-axis is called y-intercept, and the line which crosses the x-intercept is called x-intercept. Okay, and this might be some value, right? See, in this x-intercept, we always get the y value as 0. X value can be anything. So can we say, if I say 1 here, the 2 here, 3 here, the 4 here, and 0, 1, 2. I'm just drawing roughly, guys. -1, -2. So what is the x-intercept point here, which is 2, 0? What does that mean? The y value is always 0 for the x-intercept. And similarly for y-intercept, you can see that the x value is always 0. So I hope you guys understand the basics, what exactly the x and y intercept means. And now, how to find x and y intercepts? Again, it's a very simple. You just need to substitute. To find x-intercept, you need to substitute y value as 0. If to find the y-intercept, you need to substitute x equals to 0 in the given equation, okay, in the given linear equation. Yeah, it's not about linear equation. We use the same formula for all the types of equations. It can be cube, it can be quadratic, doesn't matter. So we use this. What does that? To find x-intercept, substitute y equals to 0. To find y-intercept, substitute x equals to 0. What exactly it means? I mean, the line crosses the x-axis is nothing but x-intercept, crosses the y-axis is nothing but y-intercept. I hope I'm not repeating too much. So please let me know if I want to, increase the pace of teaching. Yeah, guys. Have a look at the definitions. That's what I have explained so far. So x-intercept, to find x-intercept, we just need to substitute y equals to 0. So where the y value is always 0 for x-intercept, x value is always 0 for y-intercepts. Okay, this one is x, sorry guys. I just copied and pasted that one. Okay, guys. Okay. Yeah. So now let's try some questions. So the question is, find the x and y intercept of the linear equation, of the given linear equation. For example, it is 2x plus 3y equals to 12. Find the x and y intercept and write it using the coordinate or a point. How do you find x-intercept first? X-intercepts, how do you find? You put y equals to 0, isn't it? So what might be the answer? 2x plus 3 times, instead of y, I'm just substituting 0 equals to 12. And you know, guys, 3 times 0 becomes 0, and we left with 2x equals to 12, and x equals to 6, 12 by 2. So this is a, value of x. But what is the x-intercept using using coordinate 6, 0. You know why? Because we substituted. See, we got x equals to 0, but how? Because y is 0 there. That's why that becomes a point. That becomes a coordinate. Okay. So that's the x-intercept. What about y-intercept, guys? I think you can use the two methods. If you want, you can convert this into Slope-Intercept form and find the y-intercept, or else you can just substitute x equals to 0, which means 2 times 0. I think someone answered 3y equals to 12. Okay, someone said, okay, Joseph. Yeah, so which is 2 times 0 is 0, and 3y equals to 12, and you guys know that y equals to 4. And what is the point then? I think you can say y-intercept is 4, but generally while writing, make sure that, I think most of the times you need to write using the coordinate, using the point. What does that mean? X is 0, x values comes first, and the y value is 4, 0, 4. Someone chat. Arfan, yeah, exactly, Arfan. You're right. Y equals to 4. But what is the y-intercept? You can say 4. It's not incorrect. But try to say the x and y intercept using using the points, like using the coordinates, like 6, 0 or 0, 4. Exactly, Irfan. Okay. I don't think more examples are required. I hope you guys understand. Sometimes we might get the X and Y intercept in fractions, which is decimals rather. If you want to try one type, I mean, one more question in that, can we take a 2x plus 5y? That's not a good one. Let's take a 6x. One moment, guys. 5x. Just give me a moment. Yeah, let's take a 12 again. 20 might be. Yeah, 12 is a good one. Okay, so I think how do you find the x-intercept quickly? Let me do that quickly. So x-intercept at y equals to 0. So 6x plus 5 times 0, which is 0 obviously. So 6x equals to 12, x equals to 6. What is the x-intercept? Which is, wait, it is 2. So the x-intercept is 2, 0. What about y-intercept? At x equals to 0. If you put x equals to 0, we'll get 6 times 0 plus 5y equals to 12, and 5y equals to 12, and we might ended up getting the fraction here. As you see, if you want to convert this into decimal, yeah, you can go ahead and simplify. Okay, so what is the decimal point? 5 2s are 10. We left with 2 and 20. 2.4, guys, right? So you can write the answer as 0, 12 over 5, or else which is same as 0, 2.4, guys. I hope everyone understand. So if it is recurring decimals, for example, if you get the answer as 1/3, please don't convert this into decimal. Just write the fraction, because it's recurring, right? I mean, we'll get 0.333, something like that. So please don't do that. Just write the fraction. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. I think everyone understand. Yep. Okay. So I think only, I mean, half of the webinar was done, so we have a time to do. So let's start with the graphs first before we do, I mean, before we solve the linear equations. Okay. How to graph a linear equations? Guys, any idea? Free to talk. I mean, we have only few. So let's make it as an interactive if you guys want. So how to graph a linear function? Any idea, guys? So how to graph a linear equation? We can graph in two different ways. One using X and Y intercepts. Using X and Y intercepts. The second method, using using the table. What does that mean? I will tell you. Using a table, values of a table. Values of a tables. Yeah, what does that mean? We are just assuming. We're just assuming X values, okay? And then by using those X values, then find the Y values. So and then maybe like 4 to 5 points, and then plot it in the graph, mark it in the graph, and then extend the line, connect the points. So these are the two basic methods, I can say. I think you guys need to learn both the methods. Okay, so sometimes we need to use. Yeah, someone is saying I didn't understand the second method. No worries. I mean, I haven't. I just said that, Arfan. So we'll do some questions in it. Okay, so no worries. I will do that now. Yeah. So I think you need to understand both the methods to draw the graph easily in a sense. You can use any of the method you wish, but try to learn when to use which method. I mean, you can use any of the method, but when to use which method, that makes easier to graph. Let me tell you when to use which one. The first one, for example, if the equation is this one, let's say, can we take 3x plus 4y equals to, one moment guys, 24. So this is a linear equation. Which method you can use to I mean, easy method to use to graph, okay? So how do you check that? Please check the constant, okay? And check the the coefficients of x and y. If both divisible by the constant, I mean the term, this constant 24, if both the, what do you call it, both the coefficients of x and y is divisible by this number, then please go ahead and use the x and y intercept method. You know why? Because, okay, I got a chart. Yeah, exactly, because we will get the whole numbers. Okay, it's easy to draw in the graph. Okay, let's try and graph this. Quickly find the x-intercepts. X-intercepts at y equals to 0. So 3x equals to 24. X equals to 8, right guys? Yeah, 8. So what is the point, guys? 8 comma 0. I hope you guys understand. Then find the y-intercept at x equals to 0, which means 4y equals to 24 and y equals to 6 fours are. So what is the point, guys? 0 comma 6. So you got it quickly. So I have a dummy graph to show where it is. Yeah, here. So what is the points we got? 8 comma 0, guys. You just mark the 8 comma 0 here. And what is another one? 0 comma 6. You just mark this one. And what do you do? You will just connect. Oh, you just connect the line and try to extend a bit. Okay, so just, I mean, don't leave. Just don't connect only the points. Okay, please do extend the line, because this is a graph which continues. Okay, it won't stop there. That's it. So we're done. We hardly took maybe 2-3 minutes to graph that equation. So you have, I mean, you got the x-intercept and y-intercept, and you just mark those points on the graph and just connect those and extend the graph. So this is one way of doing. This is this method using the x and y intercepts. You can use the other method for this one as well, but why I'm suggesting you, because we got the whole numbers, that's why. Okay guys, what if the equation looks like this? Let's say the 2x, let me think a moment. Okay, randomly writing here. So 15, guys. Okay, still you can go ahead and use the, what do you call it, the x and y intercept method. If you want to use, you can use, but you have to be precise in a sense. While, let me show you the graph again. Sometimes we might get a 2.2 as an x, 2.2 or 2.4 as a x-intercept. But sometimes some students are rather it's very difficult to find the exact half of it or something like 2.2. How do you mark it? If you have, I mean, in some graphs you might have this one like 5 lines in it. Okay, in that case you can try this one. So this one is, for example, this is 2, this is 3, this one is 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8, and 3. Okay, I think we'll get 4 in between. I have drawn 5 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2.5, I mean 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8, and 3. Okay, but for these type of graphs, it's very hard to point out. That's why. So I'm going to explain the other method. So, and also sometimes we'll get a recurring decimal. So for example, if I give an equation for you guys, 3x plus 7y equals to, you take any number, let's take 10. If you find y-intercept, we'll get 10 over 3. If you get x-intercept, we'll get 10 over 7. Am I correct? So how do you round this? Rather, how do you mark this fraction in the graph? It is a little tough, right? Because this is 3.333. So how do you graph? How do you, what do you call it, mark this point in the graph? So similarly, this one. So that's why the second method. I will tell you the second method in a simple way. Hopefully so. Yeah. So please go ahead and find the y. I mean the slope-intercept form for this first. 2x plus 15, and then y equals to 2 by 5x, and 15 by 5 is 3. Someone is asking something. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to explain our fun. So whenever x coordinate, I mean, you were saying x coordinate. What I mean to say, x-intercepts or y-intercepts in the form of a fraction or a decimal form, please use the second method, because sometimes we tend to miss, I mean, it is difficult us to mark correctly on the graph. Okay, that's why. I think you got that. Very good. Okay, so first convert the given equation into what? Given equation into the slope-intercept form. You did that. We did that actually. So 5y equals to, let me have a look. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Minus 2x, this one. Minus 2x plus 15 and minus 2 by 5. Okay, this is the slope-intercept form, this one. So you are using this one to find, I mean, to draw the graph. So you can see that x value, I mean, we have 5 in the denominator. So please take the x values as, please assume x values of the multiples of 5. What are the multiples of 5? You can include 0. You can take minus 10, minus 5. You can take 0. You can take 5. You can take 10. Okay, so why I have taken two negative values? It's good to take a couple of negative values as well as the positive. So you just need to assume the values like this, x values. I hope you can take x as 1, 2, 3, 4 also, but in this case, why I have taken the multiples of 5? Because we have 5 in the denominators. If we took x values as the multiples of 10, we can easily divide by 5, guys. That's the only reason. And then just make a table like this. I mean, if you want to, but it's not, what do you call it, compulsory. So to write down the values, guys, so x and y, we just assume the values is minus 10, -5, 0, 5, and 10. So what you need to do, for each of these x values, you need to find y. So substitute each of this value. What do you mean by that? At x equals to -10, what is the value of y? So just substitute this x value as -10 and try to find y value. Let's do that quickly. -2 over 5. If x is -10 plus 3. So I think I'm just doing quickly, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. See, 5 minus 2 times -10. Then we have a -2 here, the -2 here. -2 times -2 is +4. So +4 plus 3, which is 7. So at x equals to -10, the y value is just +7. And then similarly, find the value of, x equals to -5. What is the value of y? -2 divided by 5. I'm just substituting 5 instead of x. -5 instead of x here. I think you can just get rid of this 5 and 5. We have a negative. So it becomes 2 times -1, 2 plus 3, which is 5. So quickly, let me do. What is x equals to 0? I think you know that 2 times 0 becomes 0. So we're left with 3. So -5, 5, 0, 3. Just find 2 more points. X equals to 5. What might be the answer? Try. Y equals to -2 by 5. At x equals to +5. This 5 cancels out. And -2 plus 3. Is it 1? -2 plus 3 is 1. At x equals to 10. Y equals to, I think we'll get -4 plus 3. So 5 2s are, which is -4 plus 3. I think it's -1, isn't it, guys? Okay, which is -1. So we just did we just assumed 5 values and we found the y values for each one. So use these points, -10, -7, -5, 5, and all these, and mark it on the whiteboard. The graph. Let's do that. The first point, let me tell you. The first point is -10, -7. -10, -7. Where does that come? Somewhere here, guys. Somewhere here. I hope everyone agrees to this. And then the next one, -5, I forgot the number. -5, -5. -5, 5. So -5, we have a 5 here, guys. Have a look at this. So the next value is 0, 3, I think. And then 5, 1, guys. 10, -1, guys. So I have marked all the points and just connect the line. What do you mean? What I mean by that? Yeah, just connect all the points. Make sure to extend the line a bit like this. You said, okay. Y-intercept, you said, sorry, Aryan, I didn't get you. Y-intercept is 0.3 or 0, 3. Okay, thank you. Yeah. But this is fine. But what about this one, guys? See, this is not 7. This is something else, maybe 7.5 or something. Okay, that's why we choose on this method to graph. I hope you guys understand this method as well. What do you think, guys? Please let me know if you have any questions. This is a graph of the given equation. What is the given equation? 2x plus 5y equals to something 15. Yeah. So this is the second method of graphing, guys. So when to use, you can just think, okay, if you get the X and Y intercepts as a whole numbers, please use that one. That was very easier and fast to do. If you see the recurring decimals or fractions, then please use this method, okay? How to choose X values, it depends on the question. Okay, we are not going to do any more questions. I mean, in this, for example, if the equation is given like 2x plus 3, please draw the graph of this. How do you solve? So I think you understand that we have a 3 here. Y-intercept is 3, which is 0 comma 3, but X-intercept will get something around, let me have a look, minus 3 by 2 comma 0, which is 1.5, minus 1.5 comma 0. If you want to use the intercept method, you can go ahead and mark this precisely on the graph, correctly on the graph. Okay. So if the question is 8x plus, can we say 11, and think of 11 divided by 8, we'll get, I mean, we won't get the correct decimal point. We might get a recurring decimals. So in that case, so how do you assume the X values? So as I said, please assume at least, I mean, couple of negative values and couple of positive values like this. So, but it depends on you. You can choose any of the X values as you wish. But I suggest you to go with couple of negative and a positive, the way I did. So just assume these values and find Y value for each of this X, and then mark the points and connect the line. That's it. And sometimes, guys, I mean, this is fine. Yeah. Sometimes if you get a question like minus 3 over 4 plus 11 or whatever.
Sir?
Yeah.
So like for X value, you can use any number, but minus 0 and positive?
Yeah, you can use any values. You can use all positive numbers. You can use all negative numbers. Totally fine. It's up to you. Okay. But based on the question, try to use, I mean, maybe I will suggest you to use couple of negative and couple of positive numbers, but it's up to you. You can choose any, because you just need a 2 or 3 points to connect the line, and then you will extend the line. That's why I'm saying, when you're drawing the line, once you plotted, what I mean, once you mark the points, please extend the line. Please don't start with those points like this. Please extend on both sides of the points. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can anyone tell me, guess it, what might be the best possible X values we can take in this one, guys? We can assume. Anybody, guys? What in this equation, the second linear equation, what are the X values we can assume? Anybody? Okay. Okay, someone said, yeah, but to precisely you need to explain a bit. I think what you said, I think it's correct. The reason is we have 4 in the denominators, which means if you want to make this easier, please assume the values of X as a multiples of 4, like this. I hope you guys understand. Aryan said 12. I mean, I'm asking how do you assume the values? I think 12 is one of the value, you can say. Yeah, you can continue as a 12. But what I mean to say, when you see a denominator in fraction, please pick the denominator and take the multiples of those value as a x values, because that makes our life easier. Because if you put minus 3 times minus 8 divided by 4, it's very easy to divide, because multiples of 8, multiples of 4 is easily divisible by 4. That's why choose x values as a multiples. You guys understand? Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay, good, Joseph. Yeah, I think I'm done with what do you call it? This graph. But let me quickly explain the other way around. Okay, so I need to say this one as well. Sometimes you got 36 x-intercept at 36, 0. Y-intercept might be around like 7, 0, 0, 1 moment. Let's say minus 20. Okay. But 36, you got the x-intercept as 36, 0 in one of the question, and y-intercept as like this. How do you draw the graph? Let me go to the graph. How do you draw the graph, guys? You can see that we don't have a 36 or a negative 20 here. So in that case, please take the units. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you can take 2, 4, 6, or maybe 5, 10, 15, like that. So that will get our number in the graph. I hope you guys understand. Okay, so that depends on the answer, guys. That depends on the output or input, guys. Yeah, by using this graph, we can't draw. We can't draw a graph for those intercepts, isn't it? For those values. For that, you need to change maybe a 5, 10, 15, 20, like that, or maybe a 2, 4 if it works. So that's why if you go to the next graph, the units of the graph it differs. Okay, but this one is also 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think you guys know that. I hope though. Okay, what else, guys? Just a moment. So you guys understand how to draw the graph using the equation, and sometimes they might give the equation. They might give the line, the graph. Let me draw quickly here, guys. One moment. Yeah. So can you please find the equation, the linear equation graph? So they will give the graph, they will ask you to find the linear equation. Equation in a sense, maybe in the form of y equals to mx plus c. I think you might have some idea. So if the is like this, hope you guys understand.
Sir, your voice is lagging.
Joseph, so could you explain the what we estimate the values? Can you hear me now, of our phone? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Joseph, what do you mean? Can you tell me?
So your voice is lagging.
Joseph?
Yeah, okay.
Is it? I think you question. Your question, you asked me on the chart.
Yeah. So where like estimating like which values for x-intercept.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. The last part, 36, that's what you're showing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. Okay, let me give a real time here. So 2x plus 3y equals to, let's say, 120 120. Can you please tell me the X-intercept, guys? Anybody? Okay, I hope it's fine now, Arfan. Screen is freezed. Have a look at, I mean, let me look.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Now it's okay. So what about others? Joseph, can you see the screen?
Yes, now it's okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What is the X and Y intercept of this question, guys? X equals 0. Y intercept would be 3y equals to 120. Y equals to 40, right? So 0, 40. I hope you can see my writing. At y equals to 0, 3 to y equals to 120, x equals to 60. So here we got
60.
Yeah, the x-intercept is 60, 0, y-intercept is 0, 40. That's what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how do you graph this, Joseph? How do you graph this? We have a 40. So in the x-axis, we need 60. In y-axis, we need 40. So how do you graph that?
Sir, you can you can make one unit like 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining. Like 10, 20 might be a good idea. Or 5, 10, 250. I mean, one unit is 1 centimeter is 5 units or something like that. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Sir, your voice is lagging.
Still lagging. Okay, let me check. So, I mean, B call. Let me check, guys. One minute. Guys, I hope you can, it's audible now. Guys, is it?
Sir, between like in the x-axis you miss 30.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, but you guys understand, right? How to pick the values, how to pick the units and all. Okay. So, Joseph, I think you are asking this question then. Okay. Okay. So this is a question. This is an equation rather. So, what are the x values you guys assume? Anyone tell me? Yeah. Can anyone tell me? I mean, Arfan or Anna, do you have any idea how to assume the x values for this question? Yeah, exactly. So why? Just have a look at the denominator, Joseph. The denominator is 6. So please assume the x values as the multiples of 6. The multiples of 6, it can be anything. What are they? Multiples of 6 are what? 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on. So let's take some negative values as well. So that's what I'm doing. So 6, 12, if you want, you can take 18. Yeah, and go ahead. So why we do that? Because if you put x equals to 1 or a 3 or a 5, we might ended up getting a decimal answer again. To avoid that, see, in this case, if you see that at x equals to minus 12, what we can do? It's easier. 3 times minus 12 divided by 6 plus 7. So it's easy to simplify, rather easy to divide. So 12 twos are, or minus 2s are, we'll get minus 6 plus 7, which is minus 1. That's why check the denominator and assume the x values as the multiples of denominator. You understand, Joseph, now?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, this happens only when we have a denominator. Okay, I hope you understand why we need to do that, and the reason. For example, if I say x equals to 5 here, instead you assume, instead of these values, you assume x equals to 5. What will happen in that case? 3 times 5, which is 15. 15 by 6 will ended up getting a decimal answer. To avoid that, please better use the multiples of the denominators as a x values, guys. Yeah, that's good. Fun. What if there no denominator? If we don't have any denominators such as 2x plus 7, go ahead and assume any of the values you like. You like, if I mean you like in a sense, please use the continuous values. For example, you can use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can use some negative values like -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, or something like that. If you want to use all the negative values, please go ahead and use that as well. But as I said, I will suggest you to use few negative and few positive. So if you don't have a denominator, it doesn't matter. You can choose any of the values as you wish. I hope you understand, Joseph.
Yes.
Okay. So what I was saying, I think you guys understand how to draw a graph. Draw a graph if the equation is given. But if the graph is given, I mean, if the graph is given, how do you find the equation? Find the linear equation or an intercept equation. What I mean to say, let me give a sample graph here, guys. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. I hope you can see the graph in that. Everyone? Line,
Yes.
I mean. Yeah. So what is the equation for this line? Anybody has any idea? How to find the equation? So before that, let me tell you one thing. So please answer the question. Is this line decreasing or increasing? I mean, frankly speaking, I mean, by looking at the graph itself, what do you understand? Is it decreasing or increasing? Any idea, guys? Yeah, and I said decreasing. Yes, it is decreasing. The reason is, if you take this x value, here we have a -8. The value of -8 is 11. And if you look at any other value here, the value, x value is increasing, which is 11, but y value is decreasing, which is -8. So the graph is decreasing. So which means we'll get the negative slope. What I mean to say, if it is a negative slope, we'll get the graph like this, like this. I'm just roughly drawing, guys. Okay. So all are negatives, negative slopes rather. If the graph is increasing, see, it looks like this guy. This is how it looks like. Because the graph is increasing, we get the positive slope. Okay. So now I think you understand this is a negative slope. I mean, this line has a negative slope. And anybody know the formula to find slope, guys?
Y2 minus Y1 upon X2 minus X1.
Who said that? Joseph?
Yes.
Or, yeah, good. Excellent, Joseph. So this is the basic formula to find the slope, guys. Aryan, I mean, this is a formula. But what does that mean? Y2 minus Y1 is nothing but change in X. I mean, change in Y divided by change in X. What do you mean by change in? Which is the difference of the Y values divided by the difference of the X values. Exactly. You can say that, rise over run. Okay. But we are not using that one. I will try to explain in an easier way. See, pick any of the 2 points in the graph. Pick any of the 2 points. See, you can use these 2 points, X and Y intercept. Here we have X and Y intercept, so you can choose these 2 points. You can choose this is one of the point, and we can say this is one of the point. You can choose these 2 points. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm choosing the second one here. So what I do, I choose these 2 points, and I'm drawing a line. I'm just drawing a vertical and a horizontal line. I mean, it forms a triangle, guys, like this. And please find the distance between this one and this one. What is the distance? How do you find the distance, guys? I think it's a very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 as a distance and vertically. I hope everyone knows that. But how do you find that? You can choose the number here, and you can subtract with this. You will get that. Or else just calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 and 8 here. So we have the rise as a 8 and run as a 8. What does that mean? We have X, I mean, the horizontal one distance is 8, vertical distance is 8. So what do you mean by a slope? Change in Y. So Y-axis value is 8 and the X-axis value is also 8. So the slope is 1, guys. And you got the slope. And what exactly you need? One more, which is Y-intercept. Please have a look at the Y-intercept, which is 0, 3, which is nothing but 3. So you know that the basic formula, or rather slope-intercept form, is y equals to mx plus c. So you guys know the m value, which is 1, and you guys know the c value, which is 3. So that's an equation for this line. One thing. Since it is decreasing, it is a negative slope. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that one. So the equation is minus 8x plus 3. Understand?
Yes, sir.
I hope so, guys. Okay, so we'll work on these maybe in the different webinar, or like solving the system of equations using 3 different methods. You might know the substitution method, elimination method, or a graphing method. Maybe we'll do that in a separate webinar, guys. Okay, so explaining too much in one class also won't help. Okay, I think that's it of my side. I mean, please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Any questions? Arfan?
No, sir.
Okay, Joseph and Dana?
No question.
Okay, so I don't have many questions to try today, but please try these questions quickly. A linear equation is what? Joseph?
Straight line.
Straight line, good. What is the standard form? What is the standard form linear equation? I mean, what I mean to say, what is the slope-intercept form? Second one, what is the slope-intercept form of the linear equation, guys?
Y is equal to mx plus
Y equals to mx plus c. Yeah. And yeah, just a moment. Have a look at this, guys. What is the slope of this? It's a very straightforward.
minus 2.
Minus 2 over 3. I hope everyone agrees to that. Yep, good. And the next one. I think you can see the question. Yeah, good, Arfan. And can you please find the the below equation, convert the below equation into slope-intercept form. Arfan and Joseph, please try that. The equation is 3x plus y minus 4 equals to 0, guys. We need to convert this into a slope-intercept form.
Sir, we can't see the fourth option.
but that's fine. Can't do anything, guys. Sorry. I think I can. Yeah, but try to say the answer. If you just try. If you want me to change that, I will do that. Guys, can you see that now?
No. Yes.
It looks not good though.
So y is equal to 3x minus 4.
Okay, so we have a 3x plus y equals to y equals to plus 4 first up, and then y equals to minus 3x plus 4. This is what you said, right? So the option C, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah, the last two questions. You said 3x or minus 3x? Okay. So what is the slope of this linear equation? Joseph? Aryan?
Minus 3.
Yeah, minus 3. I hope you calculated that. And what about the last one, guys? What is the slope of a
5.
linear equation? Yeah, because the plus 5 goes to the other side. So it is, minus 5 goes to the other side, it becomes a plus. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think you enjoyed the, you liked the class, I hope. So we'll do that. The remaining topics in this linear equation, such as solving the system of equations using different methods, such as elimination or a substitution, even graphical method, maybe in the different separate webinar. Yeah, that's it, guys. Take care. See you the next webinar, hopefully.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Same to you guys. Take care. Bye.